In South Korea, people are voting in a snap presidential election that was called after the impeachment of the former president, Yoon Suk Yeol. These are the live pictures from Seoul, where polls are due to close at 8 p.m. local time. That's around 3 hours from now. My colleague Steve Lai is there for us, and we can join him now. Steve.
Yeah, hi Martine. It's just past 5 p.m. here in Seoul, and as you mentioned, there's just a few hours left before polls close at 8 p.m. The Election Commission has stated that as of 4 p.m., just an hour ago, there was a record high voter turnout of 71%. So we'll have to see what that final number ends at. But it gives you a bit of an indication as to how engaged South Korea's electorate are when it comes to this election. And there are several reasons for that, which I'll run you through, because the last 6 months has been incredibly volatile, or it's been a very chaotic period in South Korean politics. So you might remember that back in December, then President Yoon Suk Yeol declared martial law, and that really cascaded into a whole load of political problems for the country. Mr. Yoon made the declaration in a late-night address that shocked the nation. He cited threats from what he called anti-state forces and North Korea, and in just a few hours, and amid dramatic scenes, the decree was voted down by 190 lawmakers, many of whom felt his decision was motivated by his own political troubles. Now, Mr. Yoon was impeached in just over a week. He had been due to hold office until 2027. His impeachment, though, was then upheld by South Korea's Constitutional Court. And in the 6 turbulent months that followed that martial law declaration, the country has had 3 acting presidents, the most recent being Lee Jae-myung, a former education minister who assumed the role a month ago. So, as you can imagine, 6 months of all this political turmoil puts a lot of interest and a lot of emphasis on who is going to be the winner of this election today, that will be facing a lot of challenges, both at home and abroad, regardless of who takes office. Now, the chaos prompted by that declaration of martial law has festered, with distrust in the political establishment and polarization across the country spreading. And that turmoil is also being felt in the economy, which contracted in the first 3 months of the year, and that was before the full impact from Donald Trump's trade tariffs was felt. South Korea's new president will have to figure out how to negotiate with an unpredictable US president, who has also hinted that he will demand a bigger financial contribution from Seoul to support America's long-standing military presence in South Korea. And then there's South Korea's neighbor to the north. North Korea continues to expand its military and nuclear capabilities and has grown closer to Russia in recent years. Now, with all those factors in mind, South Koreans have a tough choice ahead of them as to who they want to lead their country. Now, let's take a look at some of the contenders and then that are vying for the top job.